Okay, so today's the day that our R33 V-Spec arrives back to the shop. It's been down to GC 2-pack. Now this thing is literally stripped to its guts. We put a frame on it, shipped it down to GC 2-pack. They've done a full QM1 white paint coat. The thing looks absolutely mint, like perfect. So, and that's through photos. It only leaves us with like 30 days till GTR Fest, and we've got 1.5 cars to build. So with the white one, I've been sort of, look, the white one wasn't planned. As of last year when we left GTR Fest on an absolute high, I was like, I want to build another one, and I want to have it unveiled next year by Andrew Hawkins and all the Motive gang. So I'm really looking forward to that side of it, but I need to get there first. So I hope you come along on the journey of building this car. That sounds like the truck. There it is. Like I've never been this excited in my life for a car.
Even though it's hard, it's not impossible. Tell them there's no limit, I'm unstoppable. Stop myself and guilt, then it's possible. Nobody else will play the fool. Baby, I was born just to break the rules. Suck the water for the money and fill up my pool. Not my morals or my dignity, we keep it cool. Just to work for the system, use you like a tool. How efficient.
So as soon as we've got the car in, I put it straight up on the hoist because we want to get stuck straight into it. We're going to leave the windows out until we've got the interior back in. The paint is exceptional. I'm very happy with it. I couldn't ask for more, especially the timeline that we gave GC 2-pack was extremely short, and he got it back to us as soon as he could because he knew we weren't going to have much time. Lots of carving bits and pieces going on out of the 400R kit. These are the 400R side skirts, so we need to go ahead and put them on. Matt has painted them underneath. I haven't even seen them yet, but I know they'll be pretty magical. The beauty with genuine stuff, oh look at that, you can see the vent down in there. That's pretty cool, yeah. Super pumped on this car. It's pretty funny because as much as I love the 32, just having this back here for a couple of days and starting to put bits and pieces on it, it's probably going to be my favourite car. And I went straight to the engine bay to check it out. Matt from GC 2-pack spent a lot of time in here as requested, and I couldn't be happier. He's gone through, changed the seam sealing, done it up. And we did a big order of Hypertune stuff through Mitch from Nismo Motorsports. I really appreciate the efforts he went to organise this stuff, get it right, get it done properly. This is a Hypertune radiator. It's a pretty standard one for those guys these days. We've got the Hypertune header tank. The engine bay to me on this build is probably going to be the most work go into it. There's nothing cooler when you lift up a hood and see a beautiful setup. So we're gonna keep it to the 400R characteristics as much as we can. We've got some really cool turbo options coming up, so we haven't even decided if we're going to go twins or single yet. The painting's fantastic. We're going to actually start doing the rear subframe today as well as the front subframe this year. With this car, we've actually gone through a textured look instead of having the gloss like we did on the 32. What I found with the 32 is it's so easily scratched. So with this textured finish, it doesn't scratch at all. It's good stuff. Pretty much everything was done in the textured black except for the exhaust shields, which are in a gloss back. And like, we'll put them up now just to show you how good they look. Pretty excited. We don't have long, so we're going to get stuck straight into it. We're going to upload weekly if we can on this build, so we appreciate everyone's support. Like it, share it, talk about it, tell us what you do like, don't like, or how to build it if you've built one of these. That's what the channel's about. Yeah, let's start by putting the front on. This here will sort of slip up on. I don't know, put some bolts in this thing. Put some bolts in it. Look at that, mint. Actually, probably should drop the other stuff in there first. Got told off for starting up the front. We're meant to be doing the back first. First things first, let's drop this fuel tank up in. Just got off the phone with the guys at FPG, and they just informed me that pump hanger actually spins out that way on a 33. It's different on all other models. So that goes off to 230, This pipe over here, which went to the rollover valve, we're not going to use anymore. This pipe here, which we cut, is the one that goes all the way into there, and it draws the fuel up from the bottom of the tank and spits it over here. These two here are just breathers, and we will breathe them to the check valve. We removed all the charcoal canister emissions bullshit and make it nice and simple. So the fuel tank's held up by these two straps, and they have a pin in them. So luckily, months ago now, we sent all the hardware off to be zinc coated, and these are very hard to find. There's one, looks like that. And the other one, it's pretty easy. So now we got those, we grab a couple of splitties. Something we prepared earlier. Okay, let's have a look. So it'll go up and swing in place, and that pin will go through, and we just drop a split pin through it. So nice and easy. Talk. Finish the fuel tank. I'm just going to take the tape off this hose now. That'd be the tops. That gold's so nice. That's sick. Oh, these things are amazing. Okay, so the Ohlins suspension's done. We've all finished that, move it off to the side, and we're going straight on to the next thing. So this is a box that we've probably had ready for 6 months now. I think this was the first thing we got ready for the build. So Wiring Specialties, which I've worked with before, very good basic entry OEM plus stuff. So what they did backwards and forwards with myself, Mitch from Zolly, we had this all set up for the M-Tron. So essentially this is a full, and when it came, it was a lot prettier than this. I couldn't help myself and unwound it. But essentially everything on here should be as close as to like plug and play as we can get it. It'll be interesting to see like how this is going to go, and I think we should just get straight into it, lay it out, and go from there. So that's the engine side, let's lay that out. And then this goes, yeah, cool. So that's the engine harness, and then we come through the firewall about here somewhere, up under the guard, and that should go to our M-Tron. So we should have A, B, C, D plug. That's how they number their plugs. So what I normally do is just put them in white, and it makes it so much easier to reference. Then we've got our two relays, which all GTR guys will know about these two relays. in the left kick panel. Always playing up when you've got an older car with old wiring loom. I have no idea what that is. Can't believe they did that, that's mad. So that's to connect to your M-Tron. I didn't ask for that, so that's pretty awesome. Just laid out the wiring loom, pretty stoked. Even comes with its own little firewall grommet. There's some things in some weird spots which I can't remember doing, but we'll sort it out. But for the time frame and the build, this thing is perfect. So we're going to lay this out now because we're actually still waiting for a fair few parts. Unfortunately, all the suspension arms and bits and pieces from Kudos Motorsports didn't arrive in time. And this weekend that we're meant to be building the subframes and get the thing rolling, we're now not. So we need to somehow rearrange our time frame a bit. Taillights are still in really good condition, so we don't need to change them, but ooh, crispy, crispy, crispy. So that's pretty well the end of the first day of working on the car. Got heaps done, which is really good. We actually got the wiring loom through the car, pulled up through, as you would have seen. And then the camera went flat. Guys, like I wasn't concentrating on my batteries and things, which I need to because of all this filming we did. So yeah, you probably missed putting the rear end together. But we got it all back together. It looks fucking mad. I don't need to carry on about how good it looks because you can see. And then inside, normally the rear of Skylines that I always build, there's always nitrous bottle or air tank or something in the back, but this one's pretty stock, which is nice to see. We made it had everything, had the spare wheel, it just didn't have a nice tyre board for the carpet, so we made that today. Put all the back in. The guy that previously owned the car mustn't have liked the fact that you had to pull half the car apart to change the battery. So I didn't notice it when it was getting powder coated, but he's actually cut a hole there, which is super annoying because I already got it powder coated. So it's going to stay in there for now, but I will try and find one of them. Although it is a pain in the backside to change a battery. We need to get new gas struts. We've got a new boot seal coming, and that's pretty much the rear end done. Oh, minus the wing. I've got to put the wing on properly. It's not on properly yet. The painters just threw it on for looks. I'm going to run the aircon lines tonight for the new aircon system, brand new system, and probably mount the radiator. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 2, working on the 33. So we got a fair bit done last night. It was late and the camera and all the gear went flat, so we didn't record putting the carpet in, but I'm sure you guys don't need a tutorial of fitting carpet. It was cut in a couple of spots, which is normal for people to do it without, so they don't have to pull the whole dash out or pull it up around the front of the cluster. This morning we're going to put the Nismo Steering Wheel on because I'm sick of looking at this putrid thing. And we're going to remove this dash. This dash had some sort of cover on it and it's gone sticky. It might have had a decal or something. So we're just going to pull it off and actually paint it. We don't need to replace it. While that cover is off, we'll do the WenLab CAN clock. So it converts this clock over to a dash pretty much. I guess the other thing we need to do is start removing a bit of wiring off the car. The car was fitted with this weird valet thing under the dash and another box over there, and it was quite old, but I googled it and it was pretty neat. It was for a remote, like your central locking, but it actually started the car. So Yeah, but we don't need that rubbish. Again, the interior coming up pretty mint. These door cards are mad. Pretty big day. Click your clicks in. Chunk. Thank you. Yeah, that's good. Welcome to day number 3 working on the 400R. Last night, again, I got a fair bit done, but I did go to bed early. So we went from sort of being ahead to now being behind. So I got up at like 5 this morning and started fitting the FPG AC Kit. I shown that on the grey 32, so I'm just going to show you like snapshots of it now. I didn't show on the 32 how I wired it up, and I'm going to show you how we're going to wire it up on this one. I'm just going to throw it together like right now. There is some upgraded things which I wish was on the 32. I like the revised frame for the fan and the holder of the condenser. I do like these new pipes. I'm not sure if they're just for a 33, but what I found on the 32 is up here there was no support. So when you sort of hook these OEM style hoses, which is quite heavy to bend, it used to bend these out of whack. So yeah, that's been upgraded. I've already run through the pipes along there, make sure there's no schmut in there, suck it out or clean it out before you hook it up. The aircon unit gets sucked out, like vacuumed before you do it, but before you gas it, but just clean them out anyway, make sure they're tidy. Again, his FPG have used these OEM style hoses, which is sick. It's going to be nice and neat here because I don't have much going on here at the moment. Can't remember what size it was. Went and got some security bits, which has just got the hole in it. See how it's got the little ring hole for the little dag to go in. And then we can undo the Torx bit. This is the last job for today. And then I've got to go back over to the 32, spend a few hours. Which sucks because it feels like I shouldn't be doing that. This car is 25 years old and it's probably never had the steering wheel off. So normally with the seat in the car, it's a bit easier. But you can get steering wheel pullers, but I don't have one. So what you do is you don't take the nut off completely, just leave a few threads on it. And then sort of go like, you leave the nut on because sometimes it can come loose and smack you in the face. Ask me how, I know. Cool. And there'll be the final clock spring, which is the horn. It's actually got this big panel here. Right, cool. That's cool. Nice. Another one, another job done. Sweet. Righto, that got the steering wheel on, that's pretty sweet. Check this out, this is something I did today. I guess it's one of those little trinket toys that I love. Actually had a really cool Greddy radiator cap, which is really cool. Well, that's been a massive 2 days. We've got to keep smashing it. It's pretty crazy. I didn't think we would have got the car to this point, so we're doing all right. Definitely due for a coffee and some sleep. Yeah, so that's going to be the end of it. Probably the next episode we will do, leading up to GTR Fest, we'll throw one more episode out with all the subframe suspension, pretty much get it rolling to the point where the engine turns up, and we'll probably cut it off there. It'll ruin the surprise, I think. The biggest thing is we're doing so much content, but it's very hard to film because we're doing it so quick. I can't take my time and go set up the camera, and all you guys would know that it can be a lot of effort. So we're just going to film as much as we can and then throw a few episodes together. After this GTR Fest, or to this GTR Fest and beyond, is going to be a massive year for us, especially when we get 2 cars going. We've got some big things in the pipeline, which is cool. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Spread the word. We've got 2 pretty cool GTRs coming down to Sydney GTR Fest. We'll see you there.
Can you give me something to sedate my worried mind? Put me down to sleep so I can